Guys, this is a throwback adventure right here. This is an old school, unprepared, totally don't have the right gear, no water, no first aid kit, throwback adventure to back when I started this channel, when I would just take off and videotape with my cell phone doing crazy stuff. So I had a day, it wasn't my ideal day. I just took off from where I was at the car dealership getting my car worked on. He couldn't fix the problem, whatever. And I was like, I just gotta go in the mountains. It's about an hour before sunset, I just gotta go. I don't have any supplies, I don't even have hiking boots. I got my fancy good sneakers on, guys. The ones I don't wanna get dirty. But I was like just taking off into the mountains, and then I saw this sign, Condor Peak Trailhead. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if I'll make it to the peak before sunset. No headlamp, cell phone, no fancy camera gear, nothing. I'm just gonna go. So my day today, you know, it actually wasn't that bad. It just, I had made plans and set up these expectations in my head that I thought my day was gonna go differently than it did. I plan to go back to the Santa Paula Punch Bowls today, which is a natural water slide. That didn't work out because my father-in-law has let me borrow his drone for an extended period of time. I was all psyched to bring the drone out there for the first flight at the Punch Bowls. Turns out there's issues with the remote control, so I had to deal with that and mailing that back to DJI. So, you know, that's like a luxury problem. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to save the Punch Bowls until I get the drone back, because there'll be some nice shots there. So I was like, I'll take my car in because it's having some issues. It's still under warranty. Take it into the dealer and then spend 3 hours at the dealer. One of my problems they couldn't rectify. The other one, they said it's not under warranty. So I was just worked up, man. I was just worked up in a bad headspace. You know, I love to show cool things that I do on this channel and inspire you guys, let you know there's adventure to be had in the outdoors and live an awesome life. But I also feel like I don't show enough about like overcoming obstacles, you know, because my life isn't perfect. I go through stuff every day. You know, I still work a full-time job. I'm not rocking the YouTube paycheck quite yet. And I thought, you know, first I wasn't gonna document this, but I figured, no, show people that follow you, like, even though you go through something that you think is like a struggle, which it's not really a struggle, you know, it's first world problems. My drone doesn't work. My 2013 car doesn't, I mean, it works, but the blinker doesn't work right. You know, it's like totally luxury problems. So I figured I would just talk about, show you guys like how I deal with stuff like that and what happens to me when I get unbalanced. You know, just the editing for me on this channel is like not my least favorite thing to do. So like a lot of times I'll come home from work and then I'll edit some videos and I give up going on a quick hike after work, or I give up hitting the gym. And so for me, that balance is real important. Like even this little hike, Condor Peak, whatever it is, I don't know if we're gonna make it to the peak, but just getting out and getting away from the city, getting away from driving in LA and traffic in LA, getting out here by myself, getting in touch with nature, like even these bugs buzzing around me right now. I mean, this is awesome. I know some people don't like bugs. They get annoyed by them. I'm not quite a Zen master where I can just let them hang out on my face, but try not to kill them, you know? You know, just try to be at one with the bugs, at one with the nature. This is their habitat. I'm just a guest here. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys, like, you know, I go through stuff and it's not the end of the world. You know, we all go through varying levels of disruption in our lives. And it's how we move beyond that that really defines us and enables us to live a richer, more fuller life. Yeah, just was feeling disappointed today because I wanted to do an awesome adventure, natural water slide, which I thought would be an awesome video because I have the drone now. So I kind of elevated my expectations and then was disappointed. But now this is the process of getting over it. Doing something else, doing something, taking action in spite of the fact that it's not my plan. In spite of the fact that, you know, a few first world luxury problems happened to me today, you know? To show you guys that perseverance is important. To persevere in the face of obstacles, even though these are not real huge challenges. If you do it on a regular basis, it becomes easier to do it when there's big challenges. I haven't done that much exploring on this part of Angeles National Forest. This little chair, somebody likes to come up here and look at the sunset, I think. I don't think he'll mind that I'm sitting in his chair, or her. But talking about overcoming difficulties, traditionally this type of video where me just walking somewhere and like talking out of my ass, they don't seem to do that well. People like to see me go cool places and do cool stuff and be adventurous, and sometimes it's good to show that you don't need to go somewhere like exotic or like do something heart pounding. Sometimes it's good to just show people, hey, sometimes I even need to do stuff like this. Just take a moment, get out of the city, get in the mountains, get engulfed by whatever these bugs are. They're not biting, which is good. You know, I had somebody comment on one of my videos last night, and he said that he was going through a rough patch and he really liked watching my videos and it really inspires him, and he always feels better after watching my videos. So, you know, that's awesome. That's my primary goal, you know, other than just kind of being selfish sometimes and just wanting to do cool stuff for my own experience. I really want to help people to see that they can live a good life. They don't need to have a lot of money to live a good, fun, exciting, enjoyable life. And that actually got me thinking today, like, you know, I should show that person, like, hey, I go through stuff sometimes too. Like today wasn't a big deal, you know, like I said, it was a luxury problem, but, you know, look at these ears. I was born with these big ass ears right here. So I've gone through plenty of sessions of getting teased about these ears. Monkey ears, Dumbo, run the whole gambit. Couple that with the fact that I'm bald. You know, I've gone through some stuff. I've been bullied, right? But I look back on that stuff now and it's funny to me. You know, it's crazy how when we're younger we think like, oh, this is the end all and be all, and I'm getting teased, I'm getting bullied, and it's never gonna stop. And it does stop. And it helped me grow as a person, and it helped me realize, like, I don't need to spend time around these people. Like, when you get older, you can move away, you can go wherever you want, you can travel the world. Most likely the people that bullied you are going to be stuck in their hometown or stuck wherever they were bullying you, college, whatever, high school, middle school, and they're not going to live an interesting life. But that doesn't mean you can't. You know, you can take what you've learned, that growth that you've gotten out of being bullied or whatever hardship you've gone through, and you can use that as a kind of like a springboard to move on to the next awesome adventure, you know, the next chapter of your life. And I was actually thinking recently about when I was applying to college, I really wanted to get into NYU. NYU Drama School is one of the best acting schools in the country. And I was just thinking about this the other day, how when I didn't get in, I was so devastated. I was so crushed. Thought I could never be an actor because I didn't get into NYU, you know, which is like 1 and 2, NYU and Yale, the top 2 programs in the country. And I was just thinking about that the other day and laughing at how ridiculous I was. Like how upset I was, big crybaby about it, you know, like, and it's so funny to me now. And it's amazing, like, that perspective you gain, like, when you've gone through several other things that were harder than not getting into NYU, like the perspective you had, like, wow, that wasn't that bad. Like after I blew my knee out, after I tore my ACL and needed reconstructive surgery and didn't have insurance for 2 years and walked around with a torn ACL for 2 years, and overcoming that, and then looking back on not getting into the college I wanted, it's like hilarious to me. After like trekking in the Himalayas and like, you know, getting altitude sickness, looking back and like, oh, I didn't get into NYU. It's like the perspective you had when you've gone through harder stuff. And I don't fault anybody that's younger or hasn't really gone through a lot of hardship in their life. At the time when you experience something, you think it's the end of the world. Like I get perfect example. I just got this surgery removed on my perfect example. I just had this thing removed on my lower back. It was a sebaceous cyst, benign, but it was at the lower back, and they had to make a big incision. And she was like, okay, well, you can't, basically she was like, you gotta cool it for 6 weeks to let this heal. So I had to take time off work, so I wasn't making money. I couldn't be jumping off waterfalls. I couldn't be doing all the cool stuff I wanted to do. And I got real bummed. I was like, oh, great. I was just building momentum with my YouTube channel. And oh, man. And then my phone fell over. And, what the fuck was I saying? I was thinking, oh, I was just building momentum with my YouTube channel, but, you know, now I'm going to be laid up for 6 weeks, and, you know, what am I going to do? How am I going to do cool stuff if I can't, you know, bend? Or I couldn't really bend. I couldn't hit the gym. I couldn't bend over and pick up my toolbox. So I made it through that, you know, and that's part of that trip to Portland was kind of a celebration. That was the 6 weeks we're up, and it was like, okay, I'm going to do some cool stuff. I'm going to go in a lava tube. I'm going to jump off an awesome waterfall. I don't care if it's freezing cold. And that celebration of life and doing what you can while you can. And that's why I preach stuff like that. That's why I talk about, you know, it's not that bad. Even as bad as you think it is now, it will get better. Nothing lasts forever, both the good and the bad. So if you're going through good stuff, it's not going to last. You will encounter some hardship. If you're going through bad stuff, it's not going to last either. It will get better. And the good news is, when you get through that bad stuff, you become stronger, you know? And so the more you, it's almost like a muscle, you know, the more you do curls or whatever, the stronger that muscle gets. So the more you go through hardship, the next time you go through something, it's not that bad. You're like, okay, well, I experienced this other thing and that was way worse. So this is like nothing, you know? And so I just wanted to share that stuff with you guys. It helps me. It helps me as much as maybe the 10 people that are going to watch this to talk about this stuff. Just get it out. I'm so grateful to be out in nature right now. Nobody else is here. I just had to rage into the mountains because I was getting that city brain, the hamster wheel city brain, traffic, stimulus, blah, 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 blah. And so I had to get out here. Me and the bugs. Me and the bugs are friends now, guys. See, they're just kind of hovering around me. They have accepted me as their leader, I think. I'm the alpha bug now, I think. Don't mess with me, guys, or I'll sick my swarm of bugs on you, all right? But seriously, if there's any way that I can offer a suggestion or advice or help any one of you guys, just let me know. If you're going through something, I just want you to know that there's really nothing that you're going through that I haven't been through myself. And if you want to hit me up on a DM or in a comment and just say, hey, just want to let you know I'm going through this, I will do my best to get back to you, let you know how I handled any kind of similar situation to that. And even if you don't reach out to me, there's somebody around you that has gone through that, you know? Talk to somebody and everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. Even though I got these big ass ears and I got this bald head, I embrace that shit now. And I'm a sexy, monkey-eared, bald bitch. And I own it. And you know what? The ladies, they like it. I'm a married man. But I tell you what, sometimes your boy got to beat him off with a stick. You know what I'm saying? For real, though. I want you guys to get out there. Live an awesome life. This is all just temporary, the good and the bad. Embrace it with both arms. Pull it in and say, you know what? I'm going through this. It doesn't own me. And throw it off. And in the moment, one day at a time. We can do it. Team Infamous together. We're a community. I got your back. I know you guys got mine. Get out there. Find your adventure, and be infamous.
Infamous.